Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Friday, the 15th of December, 2023. I'm Michael Thompson. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about, so let's jump into it. Story number 1 is a big one. The S&P ASX 200 jumped 0.9% today to finish at 7,443 points. Now, that's the best in 5 months, but what a week overall. The bourse is up about 3.4% for the last 5 days. Now, today's surge came on the back of a big rally on Wall Street, with investors in the world's largest economy increasingly confident now that the next move in interest rates is going to be down. This morning, the Dow Jones closed at a record level, while the broad-based S&P 500 was close to a new high. The falling US dollar on the back of the change in rate expectations has really boosted the attractiveness of many commodities, including copper and gold, oil, iron ore, and natural gas, which are, of course, all priced in US dollars. Gold, for example, pushed to a new price today of $2,052 US an ounce. Now, that helped many of the local miners on the ASX today. Chalice Mining was one of the best, up 9.4%. Sayona Mining was up 8.3%. Core Lithium, not a gold miner, of course, still a miner, but it was the best on the day. The top performer climbing more than 15%. BHP and Rio Tinto were both up more than 2%. Fortescue, another of the iron ore miners, up 1.4%. Worst performer today down the other end was Telix Pharmaceuticals, down around 10%. Story number 2, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is leading the chorus of congratulations over the US Congress passing of legislation to get the AUKUS deal done, paying tribute to former Prime Minister and Australia's ambassador to the US, Kevin Rudd. Mr. Albanese said he had spoken to over 100 members of Congress face-to-face or via phone, and the decision to pass the legislation means Australia will have access to nuclear-propelled Virginia-class submarines. The Prime Minister said that is critical for Australia's national security. The legislation now goes to President Joe Biden for his signature. On X, Ambassador Rudd said the deal opened up, quote, a huge defence industry future for Australia, the UK and the US, and he thanked the US House and the Senate for the vote of confidence in our shared security. Story number 3, coal power plants will exit the national energy grid much faster than their owners think, according to the Australian Energy Market Operator, and all coal-fired power stations will close within 15 years. Now, that raises the urgency to ramp up renewable energy and build out transmission lines. The operator has brought forward its estimate for the timing of the elimination of coal power from the grid by 5 years to 2038, in the expectation that plant owners will surrender to rising maintenance costs, coal supply shortages, and competition from cheap wind and solar. The latest forecast for the demise of coal power points to the shutdown of some plants almost 10 years earlier than scheduled, including Alinta Energy's Loy Yang B in Victoria, which is officially due to run until 2047. Story number 4, the competition watchdog has blocked plans for the numbers 2 and 3 pathology players to join, not allowing Australian Clinical Labs' buyout of Helios. ACL is the smaller of the two and came up with the plan, but a few things have happened since March when the deal was announced beyond the ACCC's rejection. The big one was the deterioration in Helios' share price, down 45% since the offer. That was in response to Helios's board rejecting the ACL offer, and eventually its chairwoman was forced out by angry investors. ACL remains open, says, to a future deal provided the terms are recut, and will be closely monitoring the performance of Helios over the next few months. And finally, story number 5, a Hamas plot to kill Jews in Europe was foiled by German and Danish police, who uncovered the terror group's alarming change of tactics, according to a report in the Telegraph of London. Now, 3 people were arrested in Germany, 3 in Denmark, and 1 in the Netherlands, with the Danish Prime Minister describing the plot as, quote, extremely serious. The Hamas operatives were under orders to bring a cache of weapons from an undisclosed location in Europe to Berlin to attack Jewish institutions. This is according to German prosecutors. Now, Germany has said that 4 of the 7 suspects in the alleged plot are members of Hamas. The suspects were allegedly planning attacks across Europe. Western intelligence agencies have previously warned that the war in Israel has increased the risk of attacks on Jews in Europe. That's it for the afternoon report for Friday, the 15th of December 2023. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the weekend edition of Fear and Greed Business News. I'm Michael Thompson. Enjoy your evening.